You'll find your reward in my bed tonight. The alien noblewoman teased with a smile. The rogue's gambit. The Celestian Empire's Jubilee Station blazed with 1,000 crystalline lights, each one reflecting off the transparent dome that showcased the swirling nebula beyond. Rax Mercer adjusted his formal jacket, uncomfortable in anything that wasn't his usual weathered flight suit. He'd stolen plenty of things in his 30 years running cargo through forbidden space lanes, but tonight he was doing something unusual, returning stolen goods. The quantum crystal pulsed in his inner pocket, its energy signature barely concealed by the dampening field. House Solmara needed it back desperately. Without it, their matriarch would lose her seat on the Imperial Council. Rax had intercepted it from actual thieves 3 systems away, and now he was about to collect a reward that would keep his ship flying for years. He moved through the crowd of dignitaries and nobles, their exotic appearances a reminder of how far humanity had spread since leaving Earth. Celestians dominated the gathering, tall, elegant beings with skin in shades of violet and blue, their movements graceful as dancers. Then he saw her. Lady Aveline Solmara stood on a raised platform, surrounded by courtiers yet somehow alone. Her violet skin seemed to shimmer with an inner radiance, and her midnight black hair cascaded over bare shoulders. Golden eyes swept the crowd with regal disinterest until they landed on him. Rax felt that gaze like a physical touch. He approached the security checkpoint, presenting his credentials. Within moments, guards escorted him to the platform. Aveline dismissed her attendants with a subtle gesture, her full lips curving into something that wasn't quite a smile. Captain Mercer, her voice was melodic, accented in ways that made his pulse quicken. I understand you have something that belongs to my house. He produced the crystal, watching her eyes widen with genuine relief before her composure returned. Her fingers brushed his as she took it, and he felt a spark of warmth radiate from the contact. You've saved my family from ruin, she said softly, then leaned closer, her breath warm against his ear. Come to my private chambers in 1 hour. I promise your reward will be memorable. The teasing smile she gave him as she turned away left him standing there, heart racing, wondering what he'd just gotten himself into. The private audience. Aveline's chambers occupied the highest level of the station, where the nebula's pink and purple clouds seemed close enough to touch through the panoramic windows. Rax was escorted inside by a silent servant who disappeared immediately, leaving him alone in a space that blended imperial luxury with unexpected intimacy. She emerged from an adjoining room, now wearing flowing garments that shifted colors like liquid starlight. Her hair was unbound, falling to her waist, and she carried 2 glasses filled with shimmering liquid. Nebula wine, she explained, handing him one. From my family's private reserve. Please, sit. They settled on cushioned seats near the viewport. Rax sipped the wine. It tasted like sweet electricity on his tongue. The Imperial Treasury will transfer your payment tomorrow, Aveline said, then her formal tone softened. But I wanted to thank you personally. That crystal has been in my family for 8 generations. Just doing a job, Rax replied, though her proximity was making it hard to think clearly. A job. Her golden eyes studied him with unexpected intensity. You risked your life entering the Void Reaver's territory to retrieve it. That's more than professional obligation. He shrugged, uncomfortable with her insight. Maybe I'm tired of only taking things. Felt good to give something back for once. Something shifted in her expression, vulnerability breaking through the noble facade. I understand loneliness more than you might think, Captain. This position, this life, everyone sees the title, the power, the beauty they find exotic. No one sees me. Rax set down his glass, drawn by her honesty. I see someone who's tired of being alone. Same as me. Aveline moved closer, her hand finding his. Her skin was warmer than he expected, and where they touched, he felt that strange tingling energy again. Tell me about your life. The real one, not the sanitized version in your dossier. So he did. He told her about growing up on a frontier colony, about losing his family to raiders, about the freedom and isolation of the smuggler's life. She listened with complete attention, her thumb tracing gentle circles on his palm. In turn, she spoke of endless diplomatic functions, of suitors who wanted her bloodline but not her heart, of the weight of expectations that never allowed her to simply be. Their heads drew closer as the station's lights dimmed for night cycle, and Rax realized the reward he'd come seeking was nothing compared to what was happening between them now. The invitation. The artificial stars outside cast Aveline's chambers in soft twilight. The nebula beyond pulsed with cosmic light, but Rax only had eyes for the woman beside him. Their conversation had evolved from words to meaningful silences, from casual touches to hands intertwined. "You're different from anyone I've known," Aveline whispered, her golden eyes reflecting starlight. "You see me, not the title or the political advantage." "You're easy to see," Rax replied, his voice rough with emotion he didn't bother hiding. "Beautiful, brilliant, and far too alone." She leaned closer, her breath mingling with his. "I haven't felt this way in, perhaps ever. Like I could drop every pretense and just be." "Then be," he urged, cupping her face gently. Her skin was incredibly soft, radiating that subtle warmth. Aveline's smile transformed into something both playful and heated. "You know what they say about celestial noblewomen and their chosen companions. Should I? We have ways of showing gratitude that transcend mere payment." Her fingers traced the line of his jaw. "Your true reward, Captain Mercer, awaits in my chambers tonight, if you're brave enough to claim it." That teasing smile undid him completely. Rax closed the remaining distance between them, capturing her lips in a kiss that ignited something primal and profound. She responded with equal passion, her hands pulling him closer as soft sounds of pleasure escaped her. When they finally broke apart, both breathing heavily, Aveline stood and extended her hand. He took it without hesitation, letting her lead him to the adjoining bedroom where moonlight streamed through crystal panels. She turned to face him, and her violet skin began to glow softly, patterns of light emerging across her shoulders and arms like living artwork. "When a Celestian bonds with someone truly, our bodies respond," she explained breathlessly. "This is my truth showing." Rax pulled her close, kissing her neck where the luminescence pulsed strongest. "Then let me see all of your truths." Their clothes fell away between fevered kisses. Aveline's body was a revelation, curves and softness that belied her regal bearing, skin that grew brighter with every touch. Rax explored her with reverent attention, each caress earning gasps and shivers that made her glow intensify. She was equally adventurous, her hands mapping his body with curiosity and desire, learning what made him groan, what made his breath catch. When they finally joined together, her luminescence exploded into brilliant patterns that covered them both, cascading waves of light synchronized with their movements the morning after. Dawn crept through the crystal panels, painting Aveline's chambers in shades of rose and gold. Rax woke to find himself entangled with her, their bodies fitting together as though designed for this exact purpose. But something was different. His skin glowed. Faint luminescent patterns traced across his chest and arms, the same designs that had covered Aveline during their passionate night. He stared in shock as she stirred awake beside him. "Rax." Her sleepy voice became alert as she saw what he was seeing. "Oh. What is this?" he asked, not quite panicking but definitely concerned. Aveline sat up, running her fingers over the glowing marks on his skin. "The bonding radiance. It's an ancient ritual that happens when a Celestian finds their true mate. Our bodies recognized each other, and now you carry my light." "Meaning?" Her golden eyes met his with a mixture of joy and apprehension. "Meaning by every law and tradition of my people, you are now my chosen consort, bound to me in ways that transcend any contract or agreement." Rax looked at the patterns decorating his body, then at the woman watching him with barely concealed hope. He should have felt trapped. This wasn't what he'd planned. He was a wanderer, a rogue who answered to no one. But looking at Aveline, vulnerable and beautiful in the morning light, her own skin still glowing faintly where they touched, he felt only rightness. "I've spent my whole life avoiding attachments," he said slowly. "Told myself I preferred being alone because it was safer than risking loss again. And now." He pulled her close, kissing her with tender passion. "Now I think I've been running from the one thing I actually needed. You said you saw me last night. Well, I see you too, Aveline. And I don't want to leave." Tears sparkled in her eyes as she smiled. "You understand what this means? You'd have to stay here, learn our customs, face the imperial court as my consort. Your freedom isn't freedom if I'm always alone, he finished. Maybe it's time I had a home. A real one. With you. They kissed again, and their combined luminescence flared brightly, sealing the bond that had formed between smuggler and noblewoman, human and Celestian, two lonely souls who'd found completion in each other's arms. The consort's oath. The imperial court chamber was vast and intimidating, filled with nobles who whispered behind jeweled fans as Rax stood beside Aveline on the presentation platform. He wore formal Celestian robes now, the luminescent marks on his skin visible through the translucent fabric. Lord Chancellor Vorin, an ancient Celestian with silver skin, addressed the assembly. Lady Aveline Solmara presents her chosen consort, Captain Rax Mercer of Earth Descent, marked by the bonding radiance. Does anyone challenge this union? Silence filled the chamber. The marks were proof enough, they couldn't be faked or forced. When a Celestian's body chose a mate, no political maneuvering could deny it. Then let it be recorded, Vorin declared. Captain Mercer, do you accept the responsibilities of consort to House Solmara? Will you stand beside Lady Aveline in all matters, political and personal, surrendering your former life for this sacred bond? Rax looked at Aveline, her golden eyes shining with love and trust. I do. Gladly. The court erupted in ceremonial chanting as servants brought forth matching quantum pendants, crystalline structures that pulsed with inner light. Aveline placed one around Rax's neck while he did the same for her, the crystals resonating together and amplifying their luminescent marks until the entire chamber glowed. Later, in the privacy of their chambers, Aveline pulled him close with that same teasing smile that had started everything. How does it feel to be bound to me forever, Captain? Like I've finally found where I belong, Rax replied, kissing her deeply. Though I suspect you'll keep me very busy with these rewards you keep mentioning. She laughed, guiding him toward their bed where starlight painted intimate shadows. Oh, you have no idea what rewards await you, my consort. We have a lifetime to explore every single one. Their luminescence flared together as they came together once more, two souls from different worlds united by chance, courage, and a love that burned brighter than any star. Outside their windows, the nebula swirled in cosmic celebration, as if the universe itself blessed the bond between rogue and noblewoman, human and Celestian, perfectly matched across the infinite expanse of space. Lessons from the stars. True reward is not found in wealth or status, but in genuine connection with a soul that sees and cherishes your authentic self. Love requires the courage to be vulnerable, to shed the armor we wear and trust another with our deepest truths. Sometimes the greatest adventure is not in running away, but in choosing to stay with someone who makes you want to build a home. When two lonely hearts find each other across impossible distances, even the universe conspires to bind them together forever.